All right, I'm gonna try this one more time. This is my third attempt and my mic keeps screwing up. Anyways, good morning. Hopefully this one goes as planned. I'm getting a little frustrated here. Gonna try and keep this one shorter. Both the earlier ones were about 20 minutes, but I gotta head out soon. I'm going golfing, so we're gonna have to try and wrap this up quickly and hope that this mic does not chintz out on me again. So a couple days ago or yesterday, I said I have 2 primary and secondary accounts on Bitcoin. Both are still valid. That has not changed. I said if you guys get this to 50 likes and retweets, I'll do a video on BTC, ETH, and SPX. So let's try and get into it. Hopefully this mic holds up. So this is the primary account. Both my primary and secondary have us in a flat. So my primary of the largest degree is that this is a flat and we will make new lows. The reason I think we're in a flat is because I think this move was a zigzag, and rule of alternation states that if you have a zigzag in wave 2, expect a sideways in wave 4. So I think that's what we're doing. I don't think this is a triangle, which would also adhere to alternation. But yeah, I think it's a flat. So the primary is we've completed an A wave. We're working on a B. We're going to come down, test these lows. Could be a normal flat like this that I have drawn out. Could be a running flat where we come down deeper and then go like that. Could be an expanded flat where we come back up here. But for now, always plan for the simplest version of whatever count you guys are working on. So normally we plan for a zigzag. In this case, we're planning for a flat because of the rule of alternation. And when I say plan for the simplest, I'm just planning for a simple flat here. If we break this low quite a bit, but it still looks like a C, then I'll consider the running or the expanded. But for now, looking to come down and potentially build a long position here. So ABC up, working on an ABC down. In the primary count, I have us completing an impulse here and then starting a massive expanded flat. I know a lot of people don't like that because of the extension. I agree, it is rare, but this is crypto, and I think this is possible. I think the subdivision works best. A up, A down, A, B, C, D, E. Perfect subdivision in that triangle, and then a C, and then an impulse up. If you're just counting this as a triangle, either you're counting the 5 perhaps here as a truncation or double bottom and then starting the triangle there, because if you're starting the triangle here, it doesn't subdivide properly. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swings. You should only have 5 swings in a triangle, which in this count you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is definitely my primary, but we'll go over the secondary. In this primary, what I mentioned in the other 2 videos is, oh, I already got it here still. Perfect. If you have an impulse up and you're looking to long the 2B, which is right here, normally you would expect this A to maybe come down here somewhere in the range of the 382, the 50, maybe the 618. And then you would expect your C to come somewhere down here, 618, maybe 786. If your A wave goes below this zone, always be skeptical. Always be skeptical that it's a zigzag. I don't even think you'll find that in the textbook. That's just from my experience. If an A wave goes this deep, I start to question whether or not this low is going to hold. I start to always lean that it will not, or that we will at least test it, and we're probably not in a 2B. So that's what I think is occurring here. Before we got this move, I was thinking, hell yeah, this could easily be an impulse here, where the 5 ends here. A, we're looking for a B, and we're coming up. But we go so damn deep here, so damn fast, to the 786, that when that happened, I flipped to this. So when you're doing Elliott wave, have a couple ideas in your head, the 2 most valid counts. It does take some skill to be able to see those 2 best probable counts. But then you wait for the next price action to help you determine which one you find more likely. So I am thinking that we're heading lower here. I don't think we're doing the secondary count, which I have mapped out here, where we're in an A, B, C. I will go over that shortly and what to look for, but I do think this is definitely still my primary. I'm counting this as a leading diag down, which I know a lot of people will also probably disagree with because it's so odd with this extension in the 1. But I think this is just... I think this happened just because the S&P did the same. I doubt it would have been as strong of a move on Bitcoin if the S&P didn't do the same, but because it did, get this huge A, B, C, 1, 2, ABC, 4, ABC, and you can see a little ABC in the 5th here. I do think this is a leading diag. However, in the secondary count, it doesn't necessarily have to be. So if that's the case, we're working on a 2-wave here. We are looking to come somewhere up here. I did have long orders set right here because we, if you zoom in, you can see a pretty nice little impulse off the low here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had long orders set right here. It was right at the 50. Unfortunately, that did not get hit. So on to the next one. No biggie. I said I wanted to short here originally. I thought we were going to do an expanded flat, but that failed. So again, didn't catch that. I didn't share this. I did short when we broke that, but I closed most of it right here. It was a tiny little scalp, not what I wanted. And again, wanted the long here, but didn't get it. So on to the next one. So I think we had a leading diag. I think we're working on a wave 2. Take your fib retracement. Look at some of these levels up here. Take your fib time as per normal. Yeah, I'm looking to short this. Maybe if you zoom out, this is right at the middle of the larger range. So I think this is going to offer a good short up here. What's this doing? I don't know yet. Could be this. Then we go down for the wave 2. If that's the case, I'd actually look to long this because you got a perfect little impulse up. Long into the short. Right now, we're not sure yet. This could play out a number of different ways. Could be a W, X, Y up to here. Still lots of options on the table. I do expect this as a corrective though in my primary count, so we'll be looking for shorts mainly up here. But still too early to call how this plays out, so nothing yet. In the secondary count, the impulse ended here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the third, triangle 4. Again, you'd probably have to put the 5 here, or the 3 there, with a little truncation, just so the triangle does work out well. And then we're still expecting another move up here. Now, is this done, and we're going to go up? Well, like I just said, if we get a little 5 up here, I'm looking for a long. So in either count, if we get this is a good long, because either we're going to get a C up or a 3. I expect a C, but I'll probably take profit here and then reassess if we're going to come back down here. But overall, whether we do this or the primary count I just discussed, I still think we're coming down here. And I would be looking to long this and then short this. Again, that's just the plan for now. It'll probably change because, you know, it doesn't always go the way we want. This could still be a leading diag in this count. Like again, in my primary, I'm expecting this. But in this secondary, I could still see it doing this. So if this looks corrective here, this is still a good short in either count, if it looks corrective. So you guys know the plan. This is my main expectation as we're coming up here, and I'll look for a short in either count, because I don't think this is the only way you can count this as done. A, B, C, D, E, running triangle, C to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, flat. I don't like it. I really don't like that. I don't like it being a completed B. How long is it in time? As I've said before, if a B or a 2 doesn't go at least to the 618, I'm pretty skeptical of it being complete. This is a bit shy. I've kind of like wrestled back and forth with whether this is my own rule. I don't long a B or a 2 if it hasn't gone at least 618 in time. It certainly happens, but I just, from a probability standpoint, I think if it doesn't, there's normally more to it. But I've kind of wrestled with the idea of changing that rule to the 50, which this does adhere to. But this subdivision as an ABC is pretty rough, so I don't think that's the case. However, it is possible. It is possible that this is done like this. Awful, awful relationship between A and C. Not good time, but could certainly do this. It's not off the table. Again, impulse up, take the long here, because you don't know what's going to happen. Just play it wave by wave. I'm just, like, I see too many people. We're at $2,000 on ETH, and they're like, we're going to 1,800. I'm like, how do you know we're going? Or sorry, we're going to 800. How do you know we're going to 800 when we're at 2,000? Are you looking at a larger degree count that has targets down there? Okay, but half the time the count is unclear at this degree, so don't make expectations too far in advance. Like, it's not how you trade. It's not how you be a successful trader. You take it level by level. That's so important, and a lot of people don't recognize that, or don't have enough experience yet to realize that that's the best way to trade, level by level. If you're day trading or even swing trading, just play it wave by fucking wave, boys. I'm telling you, it's the best way to go. If you're an investor and you want to ladder in and average in over months down at these levels, hell yeah, absolutely. Have 2 different accounts. Or if you just want to be an investor, just be an investor. You shouldn't be looking at the chart every day. If you want to be a trader, you're looking at the chart every hour. And you should be playing it level by level. So those are the 2 expectations on BTC. Whether we come back up here, which I don't expect, or I think either we come to the middle of this range and then head lower, or do something like that. I don't think this is just going straight up here for a B wave, but not off the table. Let's flip over to ETH. Yeah, I was writing that I was going to go, but I'm going to try this one more time. So far, it seems the audio is working. I did have the ETH count somewhere. All right, well, can I go back? Oh yeah, here we go. So this was over a month ago, and this has been my primary expectation on ETH, and it's playing out perfectly. I said pretty strong conviction. ETH is in an impulse. Need to see a wave 4 flat here. That's exactly what we got. So I said that right here. And then we got the ABC flat up for the 5. And then as you can see, I was expecting a steep A wave down to about 1,400. That was just a placeholder, but I think it went pretty damn close. Yeah, 1,400. Like, just look at where it lands here. And then flip back pretty much perfectly where I expected it. B up to 1,700. Where did B go? Almost 1,800, so that's pretty good. And then finally, I'm expecting down here to around 1,200, somewhere over here. And it's all playing out pretty damn perfectly so far. So what we can do on this chart is just normal standard procedure. Take that, fib retracement. We're looking for a 618 or maybe a 707. Take your fib extension. Wrong tool there. A, B, C. The 1-to-1's right at the 707. Obviously, you got this little prior resistance zone. Could maybe flip support. This is way down here. I don't expect, if this count's correct, to come that far, but that would be like last stand, I would say. So I am expecting us to, we definitely had a completed impulse here. It looks like we definitely had a completed correction here, unless this is doing some sort of flat. Don't expect it, but certainly a possibility. I am expecting something like this. One more low. Let's dig in here a little bit. Let's get all this noise off. I'm counting this like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see a lot of people counting this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could work like that. It's not invalid, but I think it looks a little bit odd. I think we actually had a leading diag 1, zigzag 2, perfect third wave extension to here. So at this degree, 1, 2, 3, flat, 4, little 5. Biggest issue with that is this 5 is really small in time compared to this 1, but good alternation, good fib extension. And then if you were going to count it like I said other people are counting it, which is valid, I think it's just a little odd how big this 4 is compared to that 2. And channeling. Like this looks like a third, fourth. How deep does this go? It could work like this. Like this could be a 1, 2. So I did short here at 1750. I took 1/3 off right here. I'm holding. I am not closing this yet. I don't think, and I don't know, could this be done? A, B, C. Seems unlikely to me, especially when my primary is that Bitcoin's going lower. I think this C still got more in it. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The issue here is that we got no third wave extension. So maybe we get a fifth wave extension. The worst case scenario is that this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. If that's the case, yeah, weird, didn't save. If that's the case though, it looks like this would break. If this happens and we get a huge extension here for a third wave, I am no longer in the camp that this was an impulse. I do want to see this level hold. See this pocket of high volume right here on the VRVP volume profile. If that breaks, I am more bearish for sure. I do not want to see this channel break. It can like wick out here and then come back in, that's fine, but I don't want to see a big daily close outside. This move here is getting a little bit, how do I say it, could be this or that. We're not too sure yet. We're really not too sure. Again, it could even be A, B, C, which would probably stop me out of the short, and then I'd maybe look to reshort here. But again, we're just right now keeping it simple and expecting this. This is ideal. It lines up well with my primary on Bitcoin that we're in some sort of little corrective move up here, then we're going to roll back over. But no third wave extension here, unless everyone's right and this is 1, 2, but even that looks weird. Like that's a big 1. 1, 2, 3. Are we gonna get an extension in the fifth? Is this okay? So this is a valid third since it broke the 1-to-1. I mean, it doesn't even need to because fifth could be shorter, but it looks to me like this is either it looks like either a 1, 2, 1, 2 or an extended fifth setting up. Again, you don't need an extension. You could just have an impulse like this, but it's pretty rare. Quite often you'll see at least one wave extended. So a little bit of uncertainty here at this degree of this move. So we're gonna have to continue to watch that closely. Throw some channels on here. So if this is a fourth, as a fourth, it's invalid here. But if it is a fourth, I wouldn't expect it to go much higher than this. So we're going to have to continue to monitor that. But overall, expectation is still impulse corrective, looking for another impulse. We want along this. Now, people are saying, well, how is ETH going to have a big move up here when you think Bitcoin's going to make a new low? I'll show you how, boys. Let me show you how. Off the low, Bitcoin did 40, let's call it 45% move. Off the low, ETH did 130. I still think ETH comes back down here a little bit. Same with Bitcoin. Down to this level. And then I think Bitcoin has a C wave in it. Up to the range high. So if this is expectation is correct, I expect another 45% move here on Bitcoin over the next month or two. Where does this put us to? Even sooner, actually. This would maybe end of September this finishes up, and then not sure why it's not showing me the date here. Mid-October. Could take a little longer. End of October. So if this comes down here and this is the flat and we get a pretty big bullish move here on Bitcoin, 45%, why can ETH not do the same thing that it did here? Bitcoin did 45, ETH did 130. Bitcoin does another 45 for the C of the flat, ETH does another 100%. That's my expectation. If, like I said, this gets going on volume, breaks this channel, well, we're going to have to go back and say, yeah, we were wrong. This is not an impulse. That was a funky corrective. W, X, Y, I don't know. Doesn't channel like one. Channels like an impulse. Fib extensions like an impulse. Alternation like an impulse. 1, steep 2. 1, steep 2. 3, sideways 4. 3 of higher degree, sideways 4. Almost perfect symmetry between wave 1 and wave 5. Or equality, sorry. That's what you look for. You look for equality of wave 1 and wave 5 when the third is extended. Almost perfect. Everything about this says impulse to me, but, you know, sometimes you get tricked, boys. Sometimes you do get tricked. But expectation is find a bottom around here on ETH, move up to 2,300 or so. Could be a third, could be higher. I'm just projecting for an ABC, but, you know, the bottom could be in. What we do have here for sure, in my opinion, is a move that's possibly a completed ABC. Like, damn near perfect ABC out here on linear. A lot of people will be like, well, I only look at it in log, and it looks like a third to me. Okay, yeah, it does. But does this look like a fourth? Pretty deep. Also, no alternation. Zigzag. This would be a WXY or an ABC. No alternation, boys. Not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying you're not following probability expectations. You have a bias of lower. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I want to see it go up, but I don't see alternation here. And I see a perfect ABC here. And I see what I think is an impulse here. So all the positives for me are that this is an ABC on linear. There's no alternation if this is a 4, unless there's way more to it, like an AB, like a triangle maybe. That's a possibility, but too early to call that for sure. The only thing that my account doesn't have going forward is that on log, this breaks out of the channel on the highest volume, and there's an extension to the 618. So yeah, for sure it's possible. It's definitely possible. I'm not saying this is a wrong way to look at it, but I think how deep this 4 went and the fact that it wasn't sideways while this was a zigzag should be a red flag that, hey, maybe this isn't an impulse to the downside. Maybe this was an impulse off the low. Does that mean the correction's over and we're heading to new highs? No, absolutely not. This could be a W, X, Y going way lower. Could be a ABC flat sideways for multiple years. But the expectation is, at the very least, actually that would look weird on, maybe it would be this ABC could be that. I do expect this move though. I really do. And worst case scenario, if this is correct, is that it's a C wave and we get out here. Best case scenario is this really gets moving and it's a third. Then we'd have targets probably up around here. All right, let's flip over to the S&P real quick. This was my primary expectation. Either that we were in this big expanded flat or we were working on an ABC. Late last week, I said I think we can say that it was definitely an expanded flat at this point as we broke the low. Sorry guys, I'm a little congested. My voice might sound all nasally. So the expectation was either this count and we were heading down, or it was it finished here and we were going like this. Clearly this isn't the case, so obviously I'm going with this as the primary. Unfortunately, I got stopped out here before this monster moved down. Pretty gutted. It actually went up to the green counts target. I just didn't expect an expanded flat to go this crazy, but it did, and that's why I think Bitcoin could be in one as well. But as of right now, like I said on the previous post, I said we gotta wait and see if this forms an impulse or a 3, because right now it's just a 3. So pay close attention early next week if this rolls back over and does a 5. If that's the case, then I would say we are either completed in an ABC, or we've done a 1A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're coming much lower. There is bullish options here actually. Leading diag. Would still want to see this come down once more. I think this is very low probability. I also think this is very low probability. W, X, Y. I definitely lean bearish, but those are the two bull counts to keep in your back pocket. Yeah, just very important whether to see we roll over here or not. If we don't, then I am lightweight expecting that we're in a flat. You can have a flat A wave in a larger degree flat. So if we come up here and break these pivots, then obviously it's not an impulse. If we come up here, I'd be looking along this to play this flat and then short again up here, like so. You could also have a W, flat in the W, zigzag, Y. That is not out of the realm of possibilities either. But yeah, at the end of the day, just watch. This is so important, especially with Bitcoin and ETH. Like, is this going to roll over once more? Or is it going to have a huge bullish move? If this has this bullish move, then perhaps, if that's the case, ETH is still in a flat as well. Perhaps Bitcoin is in the secondary count. So important to see what this does. If this does not make a new low, it looks to me like we're in a flat. And this will be a bullish Monday, Tuesday, which will probably bring ETH and Bitcoin up along with it. And it'll be, this is the max pain scenario, so don't discount this. Everyone gets bearish down here, shorts, because people like to short late. And then they'll get bullish again here and long, and then it'll roll back over. Same with Bitcoin and ETH. So have this, even if you're not trading this and you're just trading crypto, have this chart up on Monday. See if this starts bullishly or if it rolls over. If it rolls over, still expecting us to get a bounce like that. The scenario where I'm wrong, I don't know. I don't think this is like a 1-2-1-2 just because we've already broken out of this channel. It kind of looks like an ABC to me. Like I'm almost leaning this flat here, this weird flat with an expanded flat in the A as my primary, but not confident in it. We just really need to see, does this roll over? This is so important. Monday, Tuesday of this chart is so important for how I'm going to trade Bitcoin and ETH going forward, because This would set up a nice, if we get up here, this is a great long. In a impulsive fashion, long that, play for the third, and then short back up here. All right, guys, gone way too long. I'm heading out. Have a great rest of the weekend. If you guys like this kind of content, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, share on Twitter. Really appreciate it. Love the love. And yeah, this looks like it's moving up to the range, middle of the range here. So keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on... Actually, right before I go, sorry. If you've stuck with me this long, you'll probably want to see my opinion on this. I haven't looked at this until today. So I definitely think we had an expanded flat here. This looks like, to me, an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably working on a 2. Is it going to be a C, or is this going to go... This lines up well with my Bitcoin primary, actually. Because I'm expecting a move back to this zone before going higher. If you guys don't know what this chart is, it's the USDT dominance. So when this is rising, crypto is falling. When this is falling, crypto is normally rising. Because as the dominance of the USDT tether is falling, people are transitioning from tether into coins. Hope you guys follow what I mean there. So yeah, I expect this to come down. It's lining up well with my Bitcoin primary. I think, is this an impulse? 1, ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is an impulse with an extension in the 1. But again, it could be similar to Bitcoin. It could be this. Where the impulse finished here. A, B, C. So, exact same primary and secondary as Bitcoin. We'll have to see which one plays out. Those are the two counts right now. Like, I'm telling you, it's highly likely going to be one of those counts. I just know my Elliott wave. This one, I'm unsure of what this is doing. But Bitcoin, I'm telling you right now, it's either this secondary where it's going like this. Who knows if this B's done, but it's coming up here, or it's the primary. There's not many other great options at the moment. We could always add more complexity. Like, when I say that these are the two counts, that doesn't mean I know what's going to happen in the middle here. I know what's going to happen at the higher the degree, most likely, but this could be like a, who knows, this could chop sideways here before it does that. I have no idea. I have strong conviction that it's either this primary or this secondary. But what happens in this little zone here, I'm not 100% sure yet, and I never can be until it develops. All right, take it easy, guys.